Ebusuafo na etiefo ni de kwanso me pa cho me ma obi bia akwa ababa channel so han me daily update TV bo kwanso se na first time ababa channel so abesro say with the greatest respect me pa cho so onya videos ni be hwe na so ni join please subscribe to our YouTube channel like and share videos ma love so onya videos ni bi en hwe yakopon share na onya kase ebusuan pa cho video ye de bro me credit to TV3 Ghana yakopon share omo ene omu team ni nyina ebusuan Ablakwa Honorable Ablakwa Pia Babontin de Nsembia Betudwana and then some more can say relative to the National Cathedral no Kusi Boateng this time around there is no room for escape. Kusi Boateng king Emrano will take its course. Now or Nekasim or paraphrasing that's all not say Udi Kodia or Peso say Kiane Kusi Boateng Beko jail. Because in Kofua na omobo Kusi Boateng ho bana na no aye de den ye can we are no can we because na our government must I mean machinery no behind him this time around no NPP has lost it, and if NPP has lost it, you swear in your former president John Dramani Mahama and the president elect you swear in na say or your president no Kinyane Kusi Boateng be ko jail. Court, look, the court will take its course, the law will take its course. Ebusuan was sending strong one in Palma Kusi Boateng, and was reacted to insane be brain. Remember, me kasa enya tintin. Ya be court ni akoti insema Ablakwa AP Babontin bekan not strong MP. So far he is still the MP elect with vote margin of another in terms of percentages or 94 close to 94%. Not just all sharp overwhelmingly the not strong constituents no omunyina rally behind him up to abama ne Kesi mu pa nti ebusuan ye bekọ ne akotie nsema Honorable Ablakwa bekan ye relative to the National Cathedral any Kusi Boateng case nyakopon sha no nyokese me da se bebre
2024
we knew we were winning the 2024 elections. All our internal polling confirmed that we are winning. However, the sheer magnitude, the scale of this victory is beyond what we expected, what our internal polls told us. What has happened in this election will go into the history books. And many researchers, many analysts will come back to 2024 and study what has happened. And the Ghanaian electorate will have greater respect than it has ever been accorded. Look, going into this election, I kept asking myself, where is all the confidence that the MPP is exhibiting? Where is that confidence coming from? If you read the Afro Barometer, which was put out a few weeks to the elections, it was clear trust in the presidency was at an all-time low, 28%. This is a president who was doing so well. The last time he was assessed in 2012, 56%. It had dropped to 28%. The president who would not listen to the people, who doesn't care a hoot, he had become a tyrant, a dictator. And we were seeing not a democracy, but a plutocracy, a kakistocracy, a kleptocracy. That's what was at play. You know all of the work we did on corruption, on state capture. The president, with impunity, continued. How many years were we talking about National Cathedral? That stop the plunder, stop the looting. You give $6 million to Carrie Summers, cooling off in America. You know what $6 million can do for us? $58 million is sunk in a hole. Clergymen were resigning in droves, telling you stop the looting. Pastor Otabil left. Bishop Dakiwad Mills left. Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams left. Reverend Isud Anaba left. They all wrote epistles to you with copious scriptures, hoping they'll touch your heart. You refuse to listen. You say, oh, Cathedral, no, the ABC. Calling everybody names. He declared me Sambalat and Tobias. You know, we are Antichrist and all of that. It has now become the world's most expensive pit. The world's most expensive swimming pool when it rains. Impunity. And who told the president to destroy all of those buildings, iconic buildings, in the name of National Cathedral, Judicial Training Institute, judges' bungalows, the Malian ambassador's residence, the passport head office, scholarship secretariat. Madness. I mean, mindless recklessness. You have private persons, their properties, Comsys IT firm, Waterstone Realty Apartment Complex. Look, let's serve notice, oral, and I'm glad that the UN has pledged support to President-elect, that they will support us to retrieve. President Akufo-Addo should stand by. He must pay for all of this. We are not going to, in this collapsed economy, this insolvent, bankrupt economy, we are not going to take taxpayers' money to pay the people who are demanding compensation, who are in court over the National Cathedral loot, the heist which has taken place.
What about the board?
Then,
the National Cathedral board, because per what Shraj report had put out, they have to look into that and see if they can retrieve those monies.
Look, as for the board, apart from the double identity, double identity champion. And don't forget that the High Court has ruled that what he did is criminal. And he thought he had insurance. All those is fake prophecies.
So you're going after him?
Time up for him. Time up. If I engage in that criminality, I'll be behind bars long ago. Time up for Kusi, Boateng, Kelvin, all the people who were protecting him. The criminal cabal, that criminal fence that he created, is all gone. The Ghanaian people are saying that impunity must stop. So we are coming after him.
Is he the only one? Because I asked about
apart from him,
yes,
who is just, let's situate him, he is just a criminal. The others, I have sympathy for them. Those Apostle Pokunyina and the rest, they just should have resigned and blocked with the rest. Because to be honest, they were deceived by Akufo-Addo, just like all of us. Didn't Akufo-Addo tell them and the Ghanaian people that he was not going to use public funds?
Yeah.
That this was a private project. So they were deceived. So I have enormous sympathy and pity. Now Shiraji say, let's prosecute them.
Yeah.
And let's try to retrieve some of our monies from them. I really pity them.
Are you going to do it?
Eminent men of God. I say that let us not go after those who have been deceived. Let's go after Akufo-Addo.
Yeah, but
and the political appointees.
But the concern, like you're saying, you were expecting
the
that.
finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta, who ought to have known that under the Ghanaian constitution, you don't withdraw funds without parliamentary approval.
I understand, but the concern for many Ghanaians is that we saw the likes of, Daggy Ward-Mills, resign.
Yeah.
And so for those who still remained on the board, even when all this evidence had been adduced, are you going to let them go as well? Even when they could clearly see that there was some criminality.
Clearly the Shiraji report has indicted them.
Yeah.
But I want to keep my focus. President Akufo-Addo masterminded this whole thing. He is the grand master of this heist. He, Ken Ofori-Atta, his cousin, right-hand man, who engage in all of these unconstitutional withdrawals, have to be sanctioned. They must not be allowed off the hook.
Okay.
That was not the only major corruption scandal. You remember that this government became one day one scandal government. On a daily basis, they were looting like there's no tomorrow. State capture. You remember, if organized labor, everybody didn't come together to join hands with me, we would have lost our state hotels. How dare you? We give you hotels built with our taxes, protect them for us, manage them, let them remain profitable. Then you say, cabinet minister, you want it for yourself. And can you imagine if they have succeeded? The dividend that SNIT paid a few weeks ago, 16 million Ghana cedis, will have gone to one man's pocket. Galamsey, you remember?
And I'll let you land on this for me so I can bring Prof in.
Organized labor had to actually declare a shutdown. You had the president tell us that he will put his presidency on the line. Apparently, another grand deception. But should we be surprised? They could deceive God on National Cathedral. How much more mere mortals? So you have a situation where all our water bodies, I had hearings on the Assurances Committee, only Volta River, to some extent, preserved. All the other rivers in our country, gone. In the name of Party Hiasika, Wuntumi and Co., the Western Regional Minister and their cartel, had a field day, destroying river bodies, engaging in mass murder. Because I'm glad the medical professor is here.
Yes, and that's why I wanted to bring him in so that he can respond to this.
He can expatiate on what cyanide, what mercury does to us.
Okay.
So I am really surprised that anybody thought going into this election, the NPP stood a chance. And look,
All
we
right.
come back to the Afrobarometer as I conclude.
Okay, you just have 10 seconds because
Yes.
I really want to bring Prof in.
All the issues that the MPP made important issues in this campaign, and Bawumia must be blamed. Read the Afrobarometer. Nobody cared about digitalization. What is that? People are hungry. Look, 41% of Ghanaians said their major headache is unemployment.
Okay.
Unemployment was at an all-time high. 7 out of 10 Ghanaians said they knew Ghanaians who had gone without a meal in a day. 2 out of 10 Ghanaians said that they did not think that the country was on the right track. So 80% of Ghanaians are saying that this under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia presidency, Ghana was on the wrong track, and that they did not have hope that there can be an economic recovery under these people.
All right.
And yet, they thought that they could still do digitalization, opening 40 e-gates, which were inflated, another corruption.
They were going to review free SHS as well and all that.
SHS
But Prof, let me...
It means that we are not seeking the national interest. It means that what we do is just for political power. Then what's the end?
What if there's
we lose credibility.
order from above?
And it means that you have just wasted all your time, risked your life for nothing. So it's going to continue. And you see, even with the exposés, remember that more than 95% of them did not receive any action. As we speak, let me list a few of them. The criminals who rebagged the expired Moshosho rice in a government facility. Can you believe that? In a government facility, the National Food Buffer Stock Company, and went to serve our children over 22,000 bags of rice. Served our children across secondary school with that insect-infested, contaminated rice, according to the FDA's own test results of 6 February 2024. Nobody has been held liable. The NAFCO people who conspired with Laments, that dubious company, dangerous if you read the Auditor General's report, if you look at their conduct as revealed by the Auditor General in 2021, nobody has been held liable. I have to continue. I must be interested. I must pursue this matter to the logical conclusion. The directors of Laments must be prosecuted. The people at NAFCO who allowed their storage facility to become a crime scene, to be used for that criminal rebagging, which has jeopardized the health of our students. We have to go after them. The ambulance spare parts, cabal, the president's daughters and their business partners, who inflated the purchase of the ambulance. We should not have paid anything beyond $24 million. We paid over $54 million for the ambulance. And then for spare parts, $34.9 million before Ken Ofori-Atta left office, after he was booted out. He released $10 million to them. We have to go after that. So this crusade will continue whilst we are in government. And then, you see, when people keep asking, oh, will you expose the corruption of your... It creates a certain impression as if all of us are coming to power to just come and loot. I don't think that President Mahama would tolerate this, will allow what we have seen under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government to continue. So if there's nothing to expose, you can't expose, you can't intercept. But if there is, certainly we have to expose it. Don't forget that under the first Mahama government, look at what happened to even the likes of Victoria Hammer, just for dreaming. Compare that to Cecilia Dapa, actual $1 million under her bed, more than that. And what did the president do? When she resigned, the president responded with a love letter. My dear Cecilia Dapa, I know you've been vindicated. You will come out clean. Your love letter. How do you expect that after that love letter, Yoko, OSP, CID, the state institutions responsible for investigation, prosecution will do their work? Because you don't want to be on a collusion course with the appointing authority. You don't want to expose the president. So, is anybody surprised that nothing happened? There are more scandals. The land grab, the AU village lands that they paid 183,000 cedis for. I mean, 183,000 cedis. Land that even if you have $1 million, you struggle to get. Nobody will even entertain your offer. 183,000 cedis. And you have governor of the central bank, all his deputies, top ministers, women organizer of the NPP. They shared it among themselves like confetti. So Operation Recover All Loot. We have not forgotten about all of that.
Okay.
The airport testing scandal, the COVID-19, Benedict Peters and the Nigerian cabal who conspired because they are Akufo-Addo's cronies and came to engage in that loot. It's been confirmed, the health minister confirmed in parliament during vetting that they did not even have approval from HEFRA. They didn't follow the procurement laws. And yet, this guy, when people were dying during COVID, came to just loot and walk away, has pocketed hundreds of millions of dollars. Then DRIP, the Baumia's flagship project, the District Road Improvement Project. Let's serve notice. If you look at that contract, they want the new government to pay the rest. It's not going to happen. Okay. It is inflated by $102 million. After intercepting the documents, doing an RTI request, I asked for the prices of this road equipment, road construction equipment, as if, you know, I sent emails presenting myself as though I was interested and wanted to procure, you know. And I was shocked. The levels of inflation. So that DRIP project should have cost Ghana just $76 million. And yet, the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government, something Bawumia spearheaded, he committed Ghana to a $178 million.
What?
Yes. Added $102 million to it. Inflated by $102 million. I mean, sheer wickedness. And that was even single source. Bawumia is the one who was tweeting in opposition that the era of sole sourcing, of single source, is coming to an end. And yet the Auditor General has revealed, if you read his special audit on cocoa roads, that 87% of cocoa road projects were single source. And then he did an analysis, the single source road contracts and then the ones that were done competitively. And he noticed that. He noticed that. It was 3 times inflated when they were single source.
I'll let you hold on with this.
And guess what? Bawumia's brother's company, Resource Assets Limited, is at the center of that.
Okay.
So, look, they are not going to get away with these things. Operation Recover All Loot is going to work. We'll set it in motion, and I'm glad that it's one of President Mohammed's 120-day policy interventions that he has promised, and the Ghanaian people have voted for us because of that. And we are still passionate. We are not going to say because we've won elections, we are going to let things go. No.
We'll follow through with it.
We'll follow through, pursue these matters, and retrieve these resources and these assets for the Ghanaian people.
Well, we have some breaking news at this point.
Abusunya me pacho me da obi bia se wanyamre no wabenya ye video ni bi so ahwe Nyankopon hira obi bia no nyo obi bia kese abusunya ya to abana wie ye nyina ye make sure say ye be maintain peace no na ye keep the environment serene. Very, appealing and very good. My former president and the president-elect, former President John Dramani Mahama. Now, also on fat ni amamu papa no embeto ho. Emma Ghanaians here na yem benefit. Shena ya nyama into kwabia NC. Because yanti say into like some grudges BAC, especially Accra regional. The Accra regional EC Coalition Center no. Tebusunya ye de. Hey, just a info kakra ni yede mamo say Accra Regional Coalition Center no why butu pa because Ablakwa North constituency a more parliamentary seat no is a delay in the declaration. Now yesre more also say they shouldn't take their the law into their own hands. The NDC supporters no more they shouldn't take the law into their own hands. They should work hard. Yes, it's good they go there, support or more party, but Shano man say bibi omu nyina ho no mu make sure say they will be law abiding. Nyankopon chiro bibi no nyo bibi akese busan fa comment comment section ye begina akenkan me da se bebre.